Inspiration is for amateurs. What does that even mean? Stay tuned. Hey folks, this is Kim. Welcome to livemorenow.net. I recently heard this quote, "Inspiration is for amateurs," on a podcast I often listen to called Hidden Brain. And they currently have a summer series called You 2.0, which basically revolves around a variety of self-improvement topics. This particular episode was called Deep Work 2.0, which basically the gist of it was that we rarely carve out the time to do the deep work, given nowadays with all the distractions and interruptions that we face. So whether that's creating a business plan or writing a book or just getting started on that new project that you've been too busy to work on, sometimes we just have to get started. The guest on this podcast went on to quote Chuck Close, who says, "Inspiration is for amateurs and the rest of us just show up and get to work." This particular quote really resonated with me because there's so many times in my life where I have been paralyzed by not knowing where to get started. Personally speaking, here at livemorenow.net lately, I've kind of been in a bit of a rut and unable to meet my personal goal of posting one video per week. And I've kind of been riddled with these thoughts of I don't know what to talk about, or that particular topic isn't interesting enough, so I've been sitting around waiting for this aha moment and nothing actually happens. And by the way, folks, we are on our new rooftop deck as in an effort for new inspiration, so forgive some of the noisiness that you might be hearing in the background. At any rate, as I was saying, I know that times in my life where I've just kind of plowed ahead and gotten started, that some great ideas have come from that process. Chuck Close goes on to say, we live right by the fire department. Chuck Close goes on to say that it's the idea of getting to work is that ideas and things will arise through the process. And he also says that the process in and of itself can be liberating. And by the way, we don't have to reinvent the wheel every single day. Now, during those times where I've just kind of plowed ahead, like I was saying, maybe I didn't create an amazing masterpiece, but I might have learned something new, or perhaps I read an article that took my imagination in a whole new direction that I wasn't anticipating. So the whole foundation of livemorenow.net is that we make changes through small steps, and I realized that I really need to get back to that basic idea myself. The truth is that many of us wait for the motivation to get started, when in truth it's action that actually creates motivation. So today I am personally challenging myself to what is commonly referred to as the 5-minute rule. And if any of you are currently feeling like you're in some sort of a rut, I would encourage you to do the same. Basically, the 5-minute rule is very simple. Just says that you're going to promise yourself that no matter how much you do or don't feel like getting started on anything, any goal you may have, that you're going to spend 5 minutes working on it. And more often than not, after 5 minutes, we will find the motivation to continue. The idea is that if after 5 minutes you're not feeling it, then you can stop. And I know that in times in my life in the past where I've actually utilized this tactic, there have been times where I have stopped after that 5 minutes because my head just wasn't in the game on that day. But the point of it all is that I tried, and I could feel good in that notion. And sometimes, folks, we just have to give ourselves a chance to be successful. I'd encourage any of you watching to spend 5 minutes today thinking about something that you'd really love to do. No matter how big the idea might be, maybe it seems totally unattainable at this time, just give that some thought. And then think about what is the tiniest step that you can take today to help you move toward that goal. We have to create an environment for ourselves that will set us up for success. And as Chuck Close said, if you just show up and get to work and you hang in there, you'll get somewhere. So I'd love to hear all of your personal success stories if you have any, or if you're in a rut, please post your comments in the comment section below. Thank you so much for visiting livemorenow.net.